Happy Saturday, everyone, and welcome to the best damn movie-related show on the internet. Welcome to Geeks of the Roundtable. Zach, we made it to episode 90. We're almost there, almost on the 3-digit mark, and we got some news about that. We're going to tease a little bit more of the news that's coming your way later on to the show when most people are here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us right now. We got Tony Movie Chappie, Nathan Holton, SBC Bird, Lemony Scott, Movie Fan, MSB Reviews, Spurp Minded, Geeko VP, all on the chat. Thank you guys for being here so early or late, depending on where you are in the world. For Movie Fan who's watching this from Australia, it's like 1 a.m. over there. But I hope you guys are well. I hope you had a tremendous week. And I hope you're ready to talk some movie news and just discuss life and existence and fantasy and magic and all that kind of great stuff. But first and foremost, of course, I am joined by my co-host, as always, Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
I'm tired, but I'm good, man. I love doing this every Saturday, so we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of good things.
We do indeed, because this wasn't a packed week, but there are some juicy details. And just so you guys are aware, in case you aren't already, I would bet you guys are aware, just in case you aren't. So today, supposedly, and we don't know at what time, we're going to get our first look or first details for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. So at any point, Zach will be on the lookout, and he will maybe interrupt me or even interrupt himself.
Yeah, so I saw heavy spoilers posted, and he actually has a good point. I think he said there's some con going on right now, and Sony has a huge panel there, and I think that's 4:30 my time.
That's going to be like midnight.
Yeah.
Never mind, everyone. The show will not be interrupted.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it drops early.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it leaks.
I'm curious to see what it is, because some motherfucker, and I'm calling him out, I don't know his fucking name.
What con is it, though? Because depending on the size of the con,
I think it's Brazil, which is pretty big.
Brazil is usually pretty big. I don't know why. Portugal's is never that big. Why is
that's
Brazil
where Wonder Woman's trailer debuted at?
That's true.
So
do you think we get a title, an official title?
We have the official title. I think we get a teaser.
We do.
We're getting the teaser today.
Okay.
Which
All
is
right. I hope so.
Which some guy, I'm gonna fucking call him out. I tweeted out, I said, I bet the trailer will be with No Way Home. It's too early to have the trailer. Motherfucker, do you not remember when
is there a small reveal teaser?
No, it's like 7 months out. I mean it's a trailer.
It's October, Zach.
Yeah, it's like 7-8 months out.
It comes out in October, so it's almost a year out. That's 10 months out at this point.
I mean,
I know, but don't do like a full trailer. Do a small,
just a teaser.
Just so you're aware.
They might actually reveal the cast, because we don't even know the cast.
Yeah, the ones we know are Haley as Spider-Gwen, Shamik Moore as Miles, and Jake Johnston. Johnston or Johnson?
Johnson's back? I didn't even think I didn't know he was Peter back. Okay. But it's like we don't. I'm sure Oscar Isaac's in it, but
I hope so. I hope he's the lead alongside Miles, but I hope he's the lead.
I don't think he's the lead. I think he'll be like.
Don't take this away from me.
I don't even think Johnson will be in it that much. That's just my thing, because the villain came out a while ago. And I really like the villain, so I'm interested to see if they actually start discussing that and whatnot. It's interesting. I want to hear if they actually discuss that. I don't know if I want a teaser yet. Just tell us what it's about. Like, let's hear the
plot.
Shit.
Tell us the story. Either way, whatever comes out, maybe it'll be a topic for next week if it is big enough for it. If not, oh well, we'll have to keep on the lookout for Spider-Verse news. But before we get going with our show officially, the news topics and whatnot, you guys know how it is. We start this show by doing weekly rankings, Zach, which usually we're crunched for time, but that shouldn't be the case sometime soon. Sooner rather than later. Weekly ranking will maybe be a bigger feature on the show. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'll say for now. But I'm starting this week's weekly ranking, and I didn't watch too much, or at least I didn't watch too many new movies coming out. Didn't watch too many early stuff. But in last place comes the movie I watched after everyone else in the world had seen it. This is a film I only watched on Monday. And it is my last place, comes into last place, and that is House of Gucci. because
Chic or shit.
Because the trailers sell a very campy, outrageous, even kind of crime soap opera, and it really didn't come across as that for me. It just was. It's weird because it feels overbloated, but at the same time, not much is going on, and the film just drags and drags and drags. And I was struggling. Sorry, Ridley Scott. I was struggling not to look at my phone.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
During the
fuck
film.
you.
Fuck you very much. Fuck me.
You saw the new interview he posted, right?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
God. That's a plot. How stupid can you be?
Dude.
But yeah, House of Gucci comes in at last place for me. On top of House of Gucci, Zach, you've known me for a long time. You probably knew me by the time this very infamous review came out. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm putting the new Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, over House of Gucci. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I will say it's the best out of the Resident Evil films. And if you guys have followed me for long enough, you know how I feel about those Resident Evil films. My nemesis, Paul W.S. Anderson, finally taken out of leading this franchise. And I'm afraid I will be repeating some of the words you said last week, Zach. So stop me if that is too much the case. But
you're already being too nice to the film.
Creature effects,
too nice to it. It's garbage.
The setting, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All those surface level qualities are there. Beneath that, when you really get a look at the script, it's not really a very good movie. It's not a good movie, period. It's just very, very watchable. I don't mind watching this because it does not overstay its welcome, unlike the movie below it, which is House of Gucci. All right. On top of that, I'm going to have the one new good movie that I watched this week, and that is Cyrano. I'm not going to dive too much into it because I haven't put my review out, but I watched it on Thursday. Joe Wright, man. Nobody. I will dive more into this on the actual review, but nobody does period like Joe Wright does period. It's not great. There are a few issues I had with the film that disappointed me compared to where my excitement was. But Peter Dinklage is stellar. All the performances are stellar, and it's always a treat to see Haley Bennett on screen. And just the story, the core story of this tale is very resonant and very beautiful. So it was good. I'll give it a thumbs up. So kind of spoilery that I like the film already. Over that, I'm going to have Hawkeye, episode 3. We're going to dive more into our thoughts on episode 3, so let's not waste too much time on it right now. It's one of the topics we're going to address today. And on top of Hawkeye, I've been binging one episode per night to finally get caught up on HBO Max's Warrior. I finished season 2 the day before yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I didn't watch it. So the day before yesterday, spectacular. I frigging love this show. Season 2, episode 9 has probably my favorite big battle sequence in television ever since Battle of the Bastards was a thing. So that comes in at my number 1. If you guys are not watching Warrior and you have access to Warrior, please watch it. 2 seasons long, 10 episodes each. Season 3 is returning next year, I believe. So get caught up on that because it's sensational. All right, Zach, take us into your weekly ranking while I look for our friends on the chat.
So I'll be honest, there's a show I watched this week. I cannot remember what the fuck it was. I watched Only Murders in the Building, but I watched something before that, and I have no idea what it is, and I'm really mad, and I could not figure it out. I don't even think I posted about it.
Is it an early show or something?
I don't remember. And if if it is, that's pretty bad.
Well, shows you how good it was, or bad.
No, the thing is, I remember I liked it a lot. So
okay.
I just can't remember.
Isn't it Arcane though?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a long week. I felt like I watched that last week.
I was like, I know you watched Arcane. Yeah. You really liked it, so I was like, why doesn't he remember it?
All right. I only watched 3 movies this week and 3 shows: The Hawkeye, Arcane, and Only Murders in the Building. So down to the bottom. got Cyrano. I thought this was the most boring fucking thing I've ever watched.
Wow!
I was bored. It was just watchable to me. I just have come to the conclusion I do not like Joe Wright as a director.
Wow. So he's
your
new Ridley Scott.
I think Ridley Scott. He's kind of pissing me off lately. I just think he's fucking funny.
Yeah, he's a stupid son of a bitch, but as a director, he's good.
Yeah. But yeah, Cyrano, man. I couldn't get into it.
Wow. Okay.
Loved the performances though. And the film broke my heart for two different reasons. I thought the movie, I really wanted to love it. I only walked out kind of just liking it somewhat. Okay. But I did love Peter Dinklage. And I did love the rest of the cast. I thought they were all great. Peter Dinklage is incredible in that movie. But there's something about the production design, while good, it felt fabricated. Didn't feel real to me. Like, it kind of reminded me of Les Mis, because I adore Les Mis. But when I watch Les Mis, it transports me to those locations.
Okay,
Cyrano just made me feel like...
You're saying that about Cyrano. I'm curious to see what you'll say about Tragedy of Macbeth.
I see that on Tuesday, so finally.
I'm curious.
Finally. Next
Best
I have
performance
Wolf.
of the year.
I
don't know when I'll see that. Or Ilfel.
I saw Wolf. A lot of our friends hated this movie, so I kind of went in with the expectation that I'm not going to like this, which I shouldn't have, but I checked my expectations at the door. I liked it. It was fine. I'll never watch it again. I'll literally never watch this movie again.
Okay.
But as a one-time watch, I was like, cool. There's not enough character development, but the performances are so good and committed that I enjoyed what I watched for 75% of the movie. The third act I thought was very disappointing, and I knew what the ending was going to be. The second I even saw the trailer, and I'm watching the movie, and I knew exactly which scene was going to be the ending, and and the second the ending hit, I'm like, yep, that's the ending. And I knew it, and I feel like the movie needed to be a little bit longer, and it's to really give development to this mental illness. So all that. Next, I have Only Murders in the Building. That's really high up. Like, Wolf is down here. Only Murders. You've talked about it. I love the show. I can't wait for season 2, especially with the way it ended. If you haven't watched the show yet, definitely watch it, because I don't want to talk spoilers because I didn't know anything going in. The first 2 episodes I liked, but I was like, I don't really get the hype on this show. And then episode 3, I was like, okay, this is getting better. And then something happens in episode 4 where I was like, and you told me, you're like, just wait. Yep. And the second that hit, I could not stop watching the show. And I literally just binged it all the way through. And I was like, fuck, this is...
Imagine my torture that I had to wait every week.
Season 2, I'm not watching week to week. I will wait until the very end and then binge it. It's not a show I don't think. I think if I'm being honest, if I would have watched week to week, I would have never finished it. But then and then my next film is Nightmare Alley, a movie that is actually growing on me the more and more I think on it. I know you haven't seen it, so I'm just kind of bare minimum of what I'm going to say. I have a review of it out right now. Del Toro does it again. It's a movie. I think it's one of his most best thematical films yet. It's deep, it's dark, and it's unlike anything he's made before. It's a neo-noir, and that's all I'll really leave it to there. Bradley Cooper's incredible. We obviously know Del Toro is really good at production design. This movie, like, you watch it and you're like, fuck every other movie I've seen this year for production design, because it's that beautiful. I mean, it's that beautiful and that touching. I was very impressed with Nightmare Alley. So, very much. It's coming out the same week as Spider-Man. So, guys, I know we are all excited about Spider-Man, but I can't emphasize enough, if you can go see it that weekend too, give it your time of day. It deserves it. I'm really worried about that movie.
The same week as Spider-Man, I would go watch it. I just want to say that. Just want to put that out there.
But I do want to backtrack. I forgot Hawkeye. So Hawkeye would have actually came before Nightmare Alley.
Okay.
Love this episode. I think it is the best midpoint episode that an MCU show has done yet. So congrats to Hawkeye. Even better than Loki, which Loki's still my favorite one they've done. Because I think episode 3 is probably the weakest in there, even though I still enjoy it.
I agree.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
I agree that episode 3 of Loki is the weakest.
And I'll even say I think Hawkeye episode 3 has one of the best action scenes not just out of the MCU shows. Probably the best action scene out of the MCU shows. It is probably the second best action scene for Phase 4. Because we got Shang-Chi, I don't want to say anything, but like I love it. Reminded me of why I love low to the ground, that small scale street level Marvel stuff. That's what I love, and I'm more excited. Yes, I'm excited for the multiverse stuff, and yes, I'm like,
you can be excited for all of it.
In this phase, though, the space stuff is the ones I'm not that much excited for. I'm more excited for the street level, the multiverse, and maybe I just need to see Captain Marvel too to see the direction they're really going in with all that. But and Guardians as well. But I don't think Guardians is going to really make a giant.
Finish the game, by the way, but I guess we'll get to that later.
Oh yeah. And then of course my number one of the week is Arcane. Holy shit! Watch it. Watch it. I am blown away by this show. For again, first episode, I'm like, I don't know how to feel this. Second episode, okay, all right, I'm feeling this. Third episode's ending. Holy fuck. And this isn't a show they actually did 3 episodes per week. Yeah. Like they would release.
I got the screeners. They sent me the screeners for every single, like...
you didn't watch it?
No, for every single... it's not arc. What did they call it? They give it a name. Like every 3 episodes they launched it, they give me screeners, but I never asked.
I think it was arc. Was it not arc? Because every review I saw was like episode 1 through 3 arc.
I remember Austin Burke reviewing it, and maybe it was arc. Maybe it was arc, and I'm not remembering it right. But yeah, they gave me the screeners, but I had never heard of it before. I didn't ask for it, so I was like, yeah, I'm too busy with other stuff. I was trying to watch Cowboy Bebop at the time and whatnot.
It's the second best show I watched this year. There's only one other show that beats it, and that's Invincible.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm not including the Marvel shows.
In my top 5.
I'm not including the Marvel shows. But
I didn't watch Arcane, so it's unfair for me to say.
Ren, you would love it. You would love it.
I'll give it a try after I get caught up on other shows. Right now,
they're only like 35 to 46 minutes.
I know.
Long. So.
I know. But right now, I'm starting Supernatural Season 9. I got caught up on Warrior. I had the urge to watch Serenity, so I'm rewatching Firefly to watch Serenity.
That's the bad Serenity.
No, that's the great Serenity.
Watch the other
No. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. All right, before we go down the news, let's go with a weekly ranking from our friends in the chat. Number 1, Belfast. Fuck yes, movie fan. Number 2, Last Night in Soho. Number 3, Power of the Dog. Number 4, Cry Macho. I still need to finish that. And when I say finish, if you know me, I hate like stopping movies in between like the beginning and the ending. So when I tell you I stopped Cry Macho, it's already not a good sign. I was fighting over which to rank to put Belfast and Last Night in Soho because I just love both of these films. It's a tough choice between those two. I definitely absolutely adore both. Personally, I do prefer Last Night in Soho, even if just slightly. It's more the type of film and story I'm geared towards. At the same time, Belfast's story is just so relatable. What do you think, Zach, between Belfast and Last Night in Soho? Which one do you put first?
I would have put Belfast above.
All right, okay.
In fact, it's funny. I would put Power of Dog over Last Night in Soho, too.
Oh, yeah, that one I can't think. Did you like Power of the Dog?
More. I've seen it twice now.
Wow.
The first time, I liked it. Second time, I fucking loved it. So it's a movie that I know. And I get your thoughts. I watched your review. I was like, I get them. I was just
That's the thing, because a lot of people said, oh, it gets better on a rewatch. And on my end, I'm like, I didn't care about it enough to give it that second watch. There's so much stuff.
Oh, dude, the second I walked out, I was like, I have to see this again. But you know what? A lot of my critics society, too, the people I talk to, same way as you. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't. A lot of people are saying that's an Oscar contender. I don't think so.
I think it is. I don't agree that it should be. I don't think it
nomination
should, but
wise,
I think it is.
Yes. Winning wise, no.
Oh, I hope not.
I don't think it will.
I hope not. That's not even the best Benedict Cumberbatch performance for me this year. All right, GCOVP number 4, The Love Guru. Watch this for Double Toast's bad movie roast, and it's just as awful, if not worse than I remember. I love Mike Myers, but I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Isn't this the film that after this he disappeared?
He quit. Yeah, he quit.
Yeah.
He literally quit.
Because he has been showing up sporadically in other things since then. Number 3, Tick, Tick, Boom. Number 2, Spencer. While I wouldn't say either are some of my favorite movies of the year like others do, both very good, and that's both Garfield and Stewart should get nominated. I definitely agree. Stewart should win. Number 1, Hawkeye Episode 3. A step up from last week's 2 episodes. Loved it. Hopefully the show continues to be great, and this might be on par with Loki as my favorite MCU series this year.
We're talking about it. We're talking about it today. One of our theories.
We are indeed. I mean, it's almost not a theory anymore.
It's not. It's not. I'll literally I thought about it last night. I'm going to literally say when we're seeing them, how we're seeing them, and that's it.
All right.
I'm saying
keep it for the topic then.
I will.
Keep it for the topic. Weekly ranking: The Searchers. Number 5, Gypsy. I don't think I've heard of that, or at least it's not ringing a bell. Number 4, Miracle on 34th
Yeah, those all
Street.
came out before I was born. I don't think I've seen a lot of these.
Number 3, Splendor in the Glass. I don't think I've even heard of this one. Number 2, Rebel Without a Cause.
Yeah,
that's a classic. Number 1, West Side Story, the original, which I'm watching for the first time tomorrow before watching the new one.
You're planning, so you're gonna watch it. I've only seen the original like once, a long time ago, because I told my dad I've never. Well, so I told my dad, I was like, I think I've only seen scenes of it. My dad goes, no, you've watched the whole thing. He goes, we love that movie. I'm like, oh, I barely remember it, but I don't want it fresh in my mind. I just, because if I do, I'm going to compare it a lot, and I don't want to compare it. I'd rather have the viewpoint of someone who, because honestly, I know there will be a lot of people who see this movie, the new one, because they love the original, but there's also going to be a whole new generation that has never fucking seen the first one.
Yeah.
In fact, this is actually a sequel, guys. If you guys didn't know, this is the direct sequel to that original one.
Oh, sure. By the way, Zach, I'm seeing in the chat the Arcane stuff is acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah, it makes
arcs.
sense. It makes sense.
Shout out to News for bringing that up. Tony Movie Chappie. Weekly watch for me. I saw a lot of great movies this week. Number 1, Spider-Man 3, Editor's Cut. Number 2, The Other Guys. I love The Other Guys. Number 3, Monkey Bone.
Aim for the
number
bushes.
4, My Life as a Zucchini. And number 5, Color Out of Space. I never got to watch the Color Out of Space.
Same. I've owned it since it came out, too. And I've never watched it.
All right, everyone, let's start. Let me take this out. Thank you for sharing your weekly ranking. If you didn't share yours in time, please feel free to keep adding them to the chat, and we'll get to them when we get to the live questions. Without any further ado, our first main topic is that early this week, Zach, I felt like I was completely out of the loop because suddenly Twitter exploded. Our good friend Manda from Geek Bomb, from Candid Cinema, she exploded onto the scene, onto Twitter. And I was like, oh shit, there's going to be a Magic Mike 3. And I had no idea. But apparently, nobody had any idea. Channing Tatum came onto Instagram, I think it was his Instagram, and he shared that the script is done and they're ready to do a Magic Mike 3. Magic Mike's Last Dance for HBO Max. Now, a lot of you watching right now, all 17 of you watching right now, are thinking, why the fuck are we covering Magic Mike's Last Dance? Well, we're here to talk about nerd shit. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I remember I only watched the first Magic Mike when the second one, XXL, which is probably one of the greatest sequel titles ever, given the context of the film. When that film was about to come out, I was like, okay, I want to watch this to talk about it. I'm going to watch the first one. And the first Magic Mike is a legit good movie. It's a good movie. It's an interesting drama with interesting characters, interesting conflicts. And then Magic Mike XXL, it's not that at all. It's very watchable. It's fun. But Magic Mike XXL is exactly what I thought the original was going to be. Even though it has one of the greatest scenes in cinema history, which is when Joe Manganiello goes into the gas station to try and make the cashier smile, and he dances to Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way, and I will have no discussion about whether that is the greatest cinema scene of all time or not. It is. That being said, it has been a while, and Magic Mike XXL didn't do too hot at the box office, which is why I think this is happening. I think Magic Mike's Last Dance is a film that only exists because streaming is now a thing. And streaming is something that is changing possibilities in terms of sequels or reboots and whatnot that can happen. It's opening a lot of interesting, exactly that. It's opening a lot of interesting doors about films that were not at all possible before streaming, but now that streaming is a thing, we can get sequels to films that, let's be honest, flopped at the box office. But I think it's really interesting that they want to make like a trilogy out of Magic Mike. Everyone is coming back. Channing Tatum, Steven Soderbergh behind the camera. I think this is interesting, and I'm interested in seeing what comes of this. Zach, how about you? How do you feel about the other Magic Mike films? And what do you think this tells us when it comes to these big possibilities of sequels that weren't possible before?
Yeah. First, before I get into it, I want to say it looks like it's Patrick Burrow's birthday in Australia right now, but where I'm at, it's technically not your birthday, so I'm not going to tell you happy birthday until that happens. Second, I guess happy early birthday. Now I feel like a dick. Magic Mike, the first one, I was so fucking surprised by. So my friend's mom used to be the way that we got into R-rated movies. She'd go see whatever the fuck we wanted. Didn't matter. She'd take us. She'd sleep. Doesn't matter. There was one time where we asked her, we want to see, I don't remember. We told her something. She goes, I don't want to see that. And we were like, we'll go see Magic Mike with you. So me and my friend went and saw Magic Mike. Fucking loved it. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. This is really good drama. Second one, it's fine. I've only seen it once. I didn't really care for it. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just like, this is good. It's good. It's entertaining. I'm really excited for this third one. And everyone's coming back, it seems. I like that Soderbergh's coming back. I hope they're more in the vein of the first one. That's kind of where I'm at. Because Channing Tatum's an awesome dramatical director.
Actor.
I
was like, has he directed anything? Yeah, so Magic Mike's Last Dance looks appealing. Zach, the real question though, do you think Magic Mike dies in this film?
What does he get? Like, why would he die? I don't think
I don't know.
Just retire him.
Last Dance could be a literal last dance because he's doing it one last time, or it's the last dance because he dies, or he's dying. Maybe he has cancer, and that's the drama here.
Interesting. Don't know if needed.
I don't know if needed. All right, guys. What
they have those live shows going on.
They do. They have it here in London.
I wonder if this will tie into that somehow.
So on that line came, I don't know if it was an interview. It was a statement from Steven Soderbergh. He says something that inspired him to do the third one was seeing whatever it is that they do on the Magic Mike Live thing. I've never been to it. I've only passed by the club that it is set in. I never watched it, so I'm curious to see how he brings it together.
I auditioned for it.
Maybe
but they said
he goes around.
Too ugly.
Maybe he goes around the world. And that's the Last Dance. It's the last tour that he goes around the world into these places that have the Magic Mike Live, like Las Vegas, here in London. Maybe, I don't know, Dubai and Australia have those places there. I don't know if Dubai or Australia have it. I'm just throwing shit out there. Yeah. It'd be interesting. I'm curious.
I'm excited.
I'm going to give this a night. How about you?
I'm going to night it too. I wonder if Soderbergh's going to direct it and film it with an iPhone.
He is.
He's been doing.
Oh, so, I don't know about the iPhone, but he's going to direct it. All right, everyone. Zach, our second topic is very appetizing. It's very interesting.
Yes.
I think it takes a lot of weight off of our
shoulders.
A lot of tension is broken. Yes, hopefully.
So,
take us
Bob Iger is sadly leaving Disney later this year as the chairman of all of Disney, chairman of the board. Now, we all thought, Bob Chapek's going to take it over. Not anymore, motherfucker. Bob Chapek is not going to be the chairman of the board. This has been announced. Who is it? I don't have the. It's a lady.
It's a lady. I believe. New Disney.
Susan Arnold.
Susan Arnold. That's it.
Yep. It's the first female board chair. So congrats to her. This is big news, and it's big. So there's a big thing. A lot of people, she's been very much behind the scenes for a lot of this different things. From my understanding, I think she's worked for the company for 15 years, which is huge. There's a lot of things in there that kind of show that why she would have been picked. But also this is just insane because, I mean, everyone expected it was going to be Bob Chapek to take over this. I think there's two things here. One, I think it shows because Bob Iger was the chairman and the president or the CEO of Disney. From my understanding, it's kind of been like that every single time. So the fact that Chapek is not the chairman is fucking huge because now this is pretty much his boss. Anything he wants to do has to go through Susan Arnold. Where before it was Bob Iger wants to do this. We're going to do this type of thing. You know, obviously they'd probably have a conversation like, hey, should we actually buy Lucasfilm? Should we actually buy Marvel Studios? Should we actually buy Pixar? It was most likely, yes, we are going to do this. And every time, Bob Iger made the right choice. Did a lot of spending, but honestly, it was a smart spending.
Yeah.
Susan Arnold, I hope, can really turn this around because their stocks, I didn't notice this, are fucking plummeting. I mean, that's a whole different discussion for a whole nother time, but I don't know what she's going to do. She might be his biggest fan, for all we know. She might be...
So Susan has been... how do you say it? She's been... it's not protege that I want to say, but she is someone that has been... it's not neutered either, but she's been prepped by Bob Iger. Bob Iger has been entrusting in her to give her this position. And what it tells us, Zach, is exactly what you brought up. It has put someone above Bob Chapek. As you very smartly brought up, very importantly brought up, when Iger was boss, he was CEO, he was the chairman of the board. If he made a decision, that's it. That's what matters. If Bob Iger decides something, he only needs to ask permission to the mirror, a.k.a. Bob Iger himself. Now, Bob Chapek, he's the CEO, he's got all the power, but now suddenly he looks up, and there's someone overlooking him.
And if I'm being honest, like, can I read his statement that he said about Susan? Because I don't remember him saying a statement about this about Bob Chapek. Not this nice. He said, Susan is an incredible, esteemed executive whose wealth of experience, unwavering integrity, and expert judgment have been invaluable to the company since she first joined the board in 2007. And guys, even before 2007, she was she was ahead at McDonald's, which, you know, I don't love McDonald's, but like, gotta give them credit to do that. Fucking company's been fucking pretty straight.
I think you guys have heard of McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know?
Iger said Wednesday in a statement, Susan is the perfect choice for chairman of the board, and I am confident the company is well positioned for continued success under the guidance and leadership. It has been a distinct honor to work with Susan and many other talented directors, and I'm incredibly grateful for the support and wise counsel they have provided during my tenure. So I think during his tenure, she must have had a big experience throughout there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's a good sign. Look, overall, on the grand spectrum of things right now, it's not good that we have this division that someone was clearly put over Chapek for a reason. But at the same time, it's really good that for all the reasons that we know, someone was put over Chapek.
Well, and honestly, even if it wasn't Chapek, I don't think, even when, I know we all love Bob Iger, but I think it is strong to have two separate entities and to make decisions, because, you know, it's like a president and a vice president type of thing. Like, and this is kind of what it is. Yeah. Like, you need that second person to tell you you need to do a different choice, because and also we're looking at this. Look, our perspective has for a little over a year now, been swayed by decisions that we're personally not enjoying that Bob Chapek is making. But on the other hand, may be completely coincidental. This may be something that Bob Chapek said, hey, I love the CEO position, but I don't want to be chairman of the board, so please pick somebody else.
it may very well be that the case. What were you about to say, Zach?
Look at your computer real fast.
Oh shit! How did you get in? How did you get in here? I didn't send you the. Did you send him the link?
The fucking Santa suit.
It's a bit
Merry
too
Christmas,
early.
you filthy animal.
Merry Christmas, Patrick. I know you're in the future, but you're not that far into the future.
Yeah.
We're just a day ahead at this point.
Just
It's his birthday, so
happy birthday, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
And happy belated birthday to Chico EP, who had his birthday a
Yeah.
few days ago. Happy birthday to you,
Happy
sir.
birthday.
there you go.
December
But
babies.
we'll finish this topic and get Patrick
Yes.
start going. But Ren, I sent him the link the second I saw I was in the live chat and awake.
Okay.
I was like, let's surprise Red.
Okay, I was like, oh, how the fuck did you... Not that it is a problem, don't get me wrong, I didn't send him the link. But yeah, look, on our perspective, we're very much looking at this as people, me and Zach, we don't like overall what Chapek is doing. We're seeing a lot of his decisions as bad signs, a lot of the people that he's putting in power, it's a very bad sign. But this may be completely coincidental. I think it's safe to assume it's not. I think it's safe to assume that Susan Arnold was put over Chapek for a reason, and I think it's a very good thing. And given that she comes in with the blessings of Papa Iger, I think we're now in good hands. So I'm giving this one a night. How about you, Zach?
I'm not gonna night it yet. I'm excited, but I need to see because there's a lot of shit I'm not happy with the Disney, especially with the Disney parks, which I've told you like for years. Like I love the Disneyland parks. I fucking adore them. That's my favorite thing to do. They're so fun. I was like looking at like, you know, going next year. They are so fucking expensive now. It's been a year and a half since I've been, and it literally is going to cost one nut, one leg, and one arm to go. So Patrick's very nice. He actually said I can take his arm, his leg, and his nut to sell to go to Disneyland.
I haven't got a lover, so you can take both of my nuts if you want.
Is your thing blowing up? Is your suit fucking blowing up?
I have one of those, but it doesn't blow up if I'm sitting down.
So,
Not
fun
the Santa
fact.
suit,
So my
but a
mom
blow-up suit.
ordered a bunch of tank tops from Amazon. Tell me why they sent her a fucking Santa suit.
Because the penis
Because
wasn't
it's
available?
Christmas.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So they told her just to keep it. So I'm going to I'm for my spider suit that I'm gonna wear to the screening. I'm gonna wear a Santa suit with it.
All right, everyone. Let's move on to our third topic. That's about this week's Hawkeye. Patrick, are you caught up on Hawkeye?
Yes, I am.
You are? Okay, good.
I have been watching it. I've actually been enjoying it quite a bit.
Okay, good.
All right, so we all watched this week's episode of Hawkeye.
If he explodes, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
He won't explode. We all watched this week's Hawkeye. Big action extravaganza. Really furthers the story and keeps going at that developing relationship of Kate and Clint. But the big moment this week was not the ending of episode 3 of Hawkeye. Was not the big chase scene, the one shot in episode 3 of Hawkeye. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a certain character that was presented without actually being presented. Because as the episode starts, we take a look into Echo's backstory and what her whole deal is. Growing up with her dad, who turns out was a member of the Tracksuits Mafia, bro. And then her father at one point is leaving her in a karate class or judo class, martial arts class, whatever. And he has to go to work, so he tells his daughter that her uncle will pick her up. Now, as you know, Echo is deaf, and so her father is sign languaging this to her. And uncle is capitalized. It's a capital U. Yep. We don't see this face. We don't see his face.
We hear that fucking laugh, though.
We hear a small grunt of. He peeks. He goes to her cheek and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been theorizing about this. Someone, a big journalist of the industry, I'm not going to name names, completely leaked it, so it's not really a big surprise.
It's been out
but
for a while.
We've got and then
has it?
Yes.
Oh, I
and
missed
then
it then.
And then the rest of the episode keeps teasing at this and setting up how big a deal this is that this character is here. I think we can all but guarantee 99.9999999% sure Kingpin is here. Not
this
just
isn't a
Kingpin.
Mephisto thing. This
Kingpin,
is not a Mephisto
played
thing.
by Vincent D'Onofrio, is here. He's going to be
is...
the big bad of the season, and I couldn't be happier about this. I love just hearing that laugh. That I was completely taken aback. Like 5 minutes into this episode, my jaw dropped. Zach, did you expect this to happen so soon? Did you expect this kind of... let's face it, it is a smart reveal to really...
Yeah.
For those of us...
For comic fans and all that stuff. Yeah.
For those of us in the know, we'll get who that is. But at the same time, they don't really show all their cards. What do you think, Zach?
So, we knew he was in the show. And if you know Echo's backstory, you know he's gonna show up somewhere. So watching this episode, when I see Uncle, and I sat there and I'm like, oh shit, they're going for it early. Because I thought it was just gonna be you just see him. So I'll say this. This is my theory. I don't know. Next episode, he's either gonna be the post-credit scene or the very ending. We see him next episode. Mm-hmm. We officially see him next episode, and episode 5 will be that pen. Either episode 4 is them going into Avengers Tower, is Kingpin, and then we see Kingpin and all that stuff. Or episode 5 is when they finally go in there and we see like him on a phone call or something of that nature, or him with Echo. We were gonna see him next episode. I would be shocked. I know we already got that image out there as well of the Splinter Cell type looking. If you don't know, that is clearly Yelena. So I think we are getting Yelena next week as well, which is very, very exciting. And I saw some theories that people said maybe Yelena was the one that dressed up as Ronin and actually killed her dad. I'm going to say this. This is actually my theory. I think Kingpin hired Hawkeye to kill the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the theory. I think because this is my thing. I think Kingpin rose to power during the blip. I think that is, he was growing and growing his empire as hot. And he, I think, was saying, hey, go do this for me. These are bad people. And, Kingpin's just a businessman at first. Can you go get these guys out of my business? They are destroying it, but acting as...
I don't think that was the reason. That would have been the reason, because clearly the Justice Mafia works for him. So it must have been some kind of pretense.
Yeah, but there's something there to the point where Hawkeye would believe that Kingpin is not a bad guy.
Yes.
So I'm going to go out and kill these people.
But after that hit, he found out who he really was.
Yeah.
Because by the end of this episode, he's talking to Kate. He doesn't say names or anything, but he clearly knows who he is talking about.
Unless...
he says, the big man upstairs, like, he's someone you don't want to mess with.
Unless, and let me say this, unless someone dressed up as Ronin and killed her dad as well. Which that could be another thing.
I think it was Clint.
I do too, because Clint knows.
Yeah.
I think Clint knows. You know what I mean?
And it would also disservice like what we saw with Clint as Ronin in Endgame and what he's been doing. Yeah. It would disservice a lot of what that was just to have it be some other guy rather than him being hired or something.
And it would negate what Clint is trying to do in the opening of this episode, which is to buy time. Like, he's not saying that it's him. He's just saying, look, the kid has nothing to do with this, but he's not saying, oh yeah, it was me. Because he knows these people have an issue with him because he was the one that killed some of them.
So does everyone agree? We're seeing him next week. And credits are very ending.
Even if it's just a 5-second little glimpse before the credits roll, we're seeing him next week.
And then episode 5 as well. I mean, he'll probably be a bigger part of that whole entire episode. And I'll be honest, I don't think he'll be in 6. I think it's just 5. I think we get him 4 or 5, and I think that's kind of it for it. I think it's just...
It might be setting up like him as a bigger evil or a bigger character later in the MCU.
I think for Echo's
feature
show. I think it kind of goes for Echo's show, which we know we're finally getting. Or, I actually think something's going to happen where his name is cleared with Echo. I don't think Echo ends up killing him or anything of that nature. I think it's going to end.
No, I don't think she's going to kill him, but she's going to end up
who says Kingpin says, hey, I fucked up. It wasn't him. It was Daredevil. Or something of that. I know. Because this
I don't think they do that.
2 years later.
I do want to see... I do want to see, though, with this new Spider-Man trilogy having been announced, I would like to see Kingpin and Spider-Man go at it like you see in the comics or even the beginning of the Spider-Man game.
I like it, which that's actually our main topic, so we'll definitely talk about that in a second. But that tease was fucking everything. I don't care what anyone says. That is Vincent D'Onofrio's laugh point. Like, you could have not made it any more obvious that was Vincent. Like, I know. I watched 3 seasons of Daredevil. I know that laugh.
Yeah.
So I love it. But
exactly.
How big you think he is? How big you think Kingpin is in this? Are they going with how he looked in Netflix? Or are they going to CGI it?
Oh no!
They're going to go Netflix
show. Yeah,
they're going to keep.
That's just how he looks.
Gut feeling. I don't think so. I think they're going bigger. I think this is obviously a different version of Kingpin. I think he's going to look bigger. I think in a good way. I trust Marvel and their CGI. I think he's going to look
especially because we've seen how he looks. Clearly, he looks the same as he does in the Netflix show.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But when I say bigger, though, I mean taller. I mean fucking taller. I think they're going to give
he is pretty tall.
He is, but I think they're going to make him gigantic.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's like 6'4" already, wasn't he?
Yeah, let's make him 7 foot.
1.92 m. I don't know how that's in feet, because we don't do feet. Because feet is stupid. Yeah, 6'4".
Also, shout out to all my Fortnite fans. Spider-Man is coming.
When do you guys see Spider-Man, by the way?
Not the yet. 15th out here.
Oh, on the 14th. I'm seeing it on the 15th. If I don't get a press screening,
I've got the 13th and what is it? The midnight release from the 15th into the 16th.
Okay. But look, I'll have to disagree with Zach. I definitely think Kingpin is the big bad of the season. Not that he's going to die or anything, but if the MCU is smart, like they've proven time and time again they are, you will use them as a New York villain. He's a villain for Spider-Man. He's a villain for Hawkeye. He's a villain for Punisher. He's a villain for Daredevil. Any superhero, maybe not Fantastic Four, but any superhero set in New York, you should.
Mr. Strange, I'd like your time slot, please.
You could use Kingpin as a villain, so this is definitely getting a night for me. I'm very happy about this. How about you, Zach?
I fucking love it. I can't believe we're getting them back. I can't believe we're getting them back, man. I love Vincent. I love, hopefully we see Matt Murdock. I think that'd be fucking great if we do. With all the rumors going around Spider-Man, that'd be great. I love that. I can't express it enough. I want that whole cast back. But I will say, and there's two Netflix actors that I still am fingers crossing they come back. And that is Jessica Jones and love Cage. Kristen Ritter. I like Luke, but my main one is John Bernthal as the Punisher.
Right.
I love him, and I want him back in this capacity because how he auditioned was with Tom Holland. They filmed their audition tapes together and sent them in as Spider-Man and Punisher. So I want him interacting with fucking Spider-Man at one point. So, yeah, give me it. I'm excited. This is the most exciting. I remember after Endgame, I'm like, why do I even care? And then I see Far From Home, and I'm like, okay, yes, I care again. And then I see more, and I'm like, okay, you have me. Just give me everything now. I don't want to wait.
All right, Zach, take us into our fourth topic.
All right, our fourth topic, guys. We are talking about another Marvel film. This has now been taken down. I don't count this as a spoiler because we already knew both of these things were going to be in this movie because it's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Ant-Man 3, and we also knew Kang was going to be in it. So obviously seeing an Ant-Man mask with Kang's face on it, we knew that's okay. We just didn't know how Kang was going to look. Now we have our first look at Kang, and they are going full out comic accurate fucking Kang, which I've seen. I was watching John Campia's show, and he hates his outfit. I'm like, I love the Kang outfit. I think Kang's outfit is freaking cool. He hated it. He fucking hated it.
I think it looks great.
He also hated the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye, so
yeah. So I get it.
I mean, I didn't love the first 2 episodes either, but I did love episode 3.
But
I didn't love the first 2 episodes.
Patrick,
but like,
he wasn't even going to watch the show anymore.
The first 2 episodes.
Like,
yeah,
he was
going to drop the show.
I'm not watching the show anymore. He goes,
I haven't watched John Campea since the whole Star Wars Ahsoka Tano crap that went on a few years ago.
Really?
Anytime he talks about Ahsoka,
I haven't watched him since. It's not that I have anything against the guy. After that, it's like, I just can't be bothered, because what if there's another situation like this? I'm like, nah.
I don't. Is this just when he talks shit about Ahsoka, or worse?
Yeah. It was slightly worse. I don't know. It was.
Okay. Ahsoka's my favorite character, so.
Really quickly though, can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
I noticed we're talking Star Wars really quickly just there, and I noticed that little green guy in the background, Zach.
Yeah, my baby.
Early birthday present from my mother. Well, she gave it to me right as it went 12 a.m. here, because it's currently 12:52. She got me this tiny little crystal.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Don't drop it, but that's awesome.
It's like $600.
Holy shit!
Wow,
I love it.
That's awesome.
That's pretty.
Yeah, she collects crystals, and she knew I wanted the Grogu. There's a massive Millennium Falcon one that's like yay big, like bigger than the Lego sets. That's worth like $5,000.
Buy it and attach it to a chain, and then wear it on your neck.
And just like walk around
it's
like
just
this.
Dangling. That's my workout for the day.
He'll become the Hunchback within like a week, but it's okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, I like this. I like the stunt shirt, and I saw someone say Ant-Man's going to die. He's not going to die. He might die though.
I saw a comment that was like, Ant-Man is totally going to die in this film, isn't it? I'm like, maybe, but what makes you like right now? I don't think there's anything to indicate either yes or no.
I think Hank
there's
dies.
Nothing
I think there's more of a chance that Hank Pym dies. I mean, that's just a theory.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost died in both of the Ant-Man movies already. Like, they're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
I just agree. My one thing though, and I was wrong, and I'll take it as I was wrong. I guess Kang really is the main villain. I mean, that is the truth. I didn't think he was actually going to be Kang.
Now it would seem so, or at least I'm trying to think of a good comparison.
Because I really didn't think he was going to be in the suit.
I think this is a villain who puts like Ant-Man to the test or something, or sends him off on some kind of adventure that Ant-Man doesn't understand he's the villain until the very end. What if? Okay, theory. So first of all, love the look of Kang. Love how it seems to look. And again, very much what the stunt team has on their shirt, it's essentially concept art. So what it tells us is that, yes, the final product will revolve around Kang looking comic accurate, but it won't necessarily look exactly like it does in the reflection of the helmet on this image that we got. I'll say this, though, and I'm diving into theories now. And I've been theorizing about Kang and Ant-Man Quantumania for the longest time. Okay, so we've established in this show that Kang is way too fucking powerful for Ant-Man. So I don't think it's going to be a simple Kang versus Ant-Man movie. Like I was saying, I think we could see like Kang pretending to be a friend of Ant-Man or something and sending him off on this adventure, or just manipulating the events of the film without Ant-Man realizing. It is Quantumania, so clearly we're going to, whether it's for 5 minutes, half an hour, 90 minutes, we're going to the quantum realm. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
No, okay. I think we're going to space. I don't know why we'd even. No, yeah, I don't know why we'd even go to quantum.
Okay, because I think it's weird for Ant-Man to go to space. No. Okay, so I think. Oh, okay. I think we're for sure going to the quantum realm. What if Kang, to make sure he exists and can be a threat to the Avengers and control the multiverse and whatnot, what if he needs his ancestors to be brought out of the quantum realm and into the MCU so he can eventually be born? And that goes back to the whole thing of Ant-Man finding the Fantastic Four in the quantum realm. I think that could be very interesting.
Do you still think MODOK's in the movie?
Not as much as I thought before, but I still think it's possible. I wouldn't bet on it, though.
I mean, wasn't someone just cast as MODOK for like a show or something?
No, there was a rumor that Jim Carrey was going to be cast, but guess where the rumor came from? We got this covered, which means shit. Shit. But yeah, the center of this topic, how Kang looks. I love the look. I love Kang's look in the comics. I love Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Kang as a character. I'm very excited for this. Jonathan Major is going to kill it. So as far as I'm concerned, it gets a thumbs up, and it gets a night from me. Zach, what about you?
Knighting it as well, and you said killing. Yeah, he's going to kill Hank Pym. He's going to choke him in his sleep. He's going to fucking walk up to him.
He's going to kill Bill Murray, because Bill Murray is also in this film. Let's not forget.
I forgot about that. That's actually... I'm not putting that past it, because a lot of people are predicting he's going to play Scott Lang's dad. Which I'm like,
would you be surprised at all?
Paul Rudd's dad? No, I'm like, that's perfect casting. I would like that.
I would actually have loved for Bill Murray to be just confused because he was in Ghostbusters with Paul Rudd. He just confused that.
I haven't seen it yet, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, they started doing the promotion. Sony spoiled it way before we did.
That's why I haven't seen a trailer since the teaser. I've avoided everything.
Me neither, because I was editing my review and then I saw certain things in the second trailer. And I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck off,
no,
Sony.
Did you guys see the final trailer?
No, I've only seen.
I did after the film when I was editing. The final trailer, Patrick,
fucking literally spoils the third act. Like it's an entire.
It shows you everything you need to see in the third act.
Which is like everything you don't want to see.
Right, okay, because I don't see it until the 11th of December.
Yeah, because it's more than just obviously who we knew was going to come back. Like, you know, it's more
obviously
than that.
That's
like, there's
the big
a lot
surprise.
of yeah. But there's
I did
more
see that
than
on Twitter. I did see the fucking thing. It's Dan Aykroyd.
Well,
is it Dan Aykroyd?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just. No, there's a lot more. There's a lot more in that third act. There's a lot more.
Because I saw a screenshot of someone, and then the fucking caption was, "Holy shit, Dan Aykroyd's back!" And
I'm going to tell you right now, there's one surprise you don't know about, which I was shocked by. It's the one thing that I was genuinely like, there was one thing in that third act where I was like, "Holy shit!"
It's the Keymaster from the first movie.
No,
he's come back to fuck Sigourney Weaver.
No, he came back to fuck me.
All right. Let's go into our final topic, because shit, we're already at the 1 hour mark. So our final topic, ladies and gentlemen, early this week, Zach came on to me. He sent me a message. Big news broke out. Amy Pascal confirms that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is staying in the MCU after No Way Home. I was happy. Zach was happy. Our entire chat was happy. We were all rejoicing. Patrick, were you happy when you saw this news?
Wait, was it confirmed that he's staying in the MCU or that he's just getting another trilogy?
Okay, when the headline came out, like I'm assuming you saw the headlines, like Amy Pascal confirms he's. Were you happy when you saw this?
The thing is, I really love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I really love him as Spider-Man. I just don't like Far From Home or Homecoming, and I'm really wanting to like No Way Home. I don't like Homecoming or Far From Home, but I do love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and for that, seeing him staying, I am very, very happy.
Okay. I don't know if anyone, I know Zach isn't. I'm not sure if Patrick is, but I don't think he is. In case anyone in the chat is a fan of professional wrestling, in the words of Bad News Barrett, I got some bad news for you all, or at least potential bad news. Because even though the headlines all came out with Amy Pascal, she says, she confirmed Spider-Man, Tom Holland is staying in the MCU, blah, blah, blah. Not exactly. I have here the excerpt of her interview with Fandango. She was being interviewed with Fandango, talking about all things Spider-Man, the future, the past, the collaboration with the MCU and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And stay with me here. We're going to go through this in detail.
God bless you.
Fandango asks.
Thank you.
Bless you. You know, as you wrap up this trilogy of films in collaboration with Marvel Studios, to which Pascal interrupts and asks, "Can I say something about that?" She gets the permission from Fandango, who, yes, can you imagine if Fandango? No, don't say anything about that. Let me finish my question.
Go fuck yourself. Let me finish.
That's what she said.
But yeah. And Amy Pascal goes with, this is not the last movie that we are going to make with Marvel. So put an asterisk on that. This is not the last movie Sony will make with Marvel. This is not the last Spider-Man movie. Two different statements right here. This is not the last movie we'll make with Marvel, and this is not the last Spider-Man movie. Okay? We are getting ready to make the next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Marvel. One more movie at least with Marvel. So we got confirmed the next movie is going to be with Marvel. The next Spider-Man movie for home, let's call it that for now, that one is in Marvel. It just isn't a part of ... She stops. She catches herself and then shifts into something else and says, we're thinking of this as 3 films and now we're going to go on to the next 3. This is not the last of our MCU movies. Okay, so what did Amy Pascal actually say? She confirms that the next one movie is with the MCU.
Which makes sense because Tom Holland does have a contract to one more MCU film.
We've established that Sony in general, not even necessarily just the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, Sony is going to make more movies with Marvel, which is exciting, I think.
But it also makes sense because she's not saying Marvel Studios. She's saying Marvel.
I think it's safe to say when she says Marvel,
she means Marvel Studios.
Okay.
I'm surprised she just doesn't say Kevin. That's what I'm surprised by.
And she mentions him in other parts of the interview. And she confirms that this is not the last Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, which is also great. So
big news. He's been saying, I'm not doing anything again. So I played Spider-Man in my 30s.
For the past few months, we've been discussing, going back and forth. We believe in this. We believe in that. Spider-Man is going to leave the MCU. Spider-Man is going to stay in the MCU. And at this point, with this interview, that at first, when Zach said this to me, I read that headline. I was like, fuck yes, he's staying in the MCU. I think what we're looking at here is exactly what I've been saying, not for the past few months, but for the past week or maybe 2 weeks at the most. And that is that, yes, Spider-Man is going to leave the MCU, but I think the door behind him stays open. And he can come in and out as he pleases. And maybe the Spider-Man movies in itself, he's going to be in another universe. He's going to be in the Sony universe. He's going to be in the Spider-Verse. And then for big event films, for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, for Avengers versus Kang, for whatever, the big crossovers, he comes back in. I think this is what Amy Pascal is implying. Because she was going to say something, and then she says, well, I better not say this. She was feeling that Feige sniper pointing at her. She was feeling the hotness.
But
of the
also
Feige
with
sniper
that, I mean, it's the same
forehead.
thing that Kevin Feige said, I think, when they signed the deal again. The best thing about Spider-Man is he has the power to go between both universes.
He's the only superhero that has the power
I still,
to between
you know my
cinematic
thoughts on
universes.
this. I don't like it. If you don't take him out, just fucking leave him.
I agree with you. I don't like
I think
it.
it's dumb.
I would much rather he just stays in the MCU, much simpler. However, I think this reinforces that whole theory of they're going to take him out. However, if the only 2 options we had available, Zach, are he's going to go out of the MCU into the Sonyverse and the door closes, or he's going to go into the Sonyverse and the door stays open, I'm very happy that the door stays open behind him.
I'm happy too with that, but I want like more confirmation than this. I think the one thing though is that
I think we'll get confirmation because so sorry to go back to the man again, because this is not a show to talk about John Campia, but he has seen the post-credit scenes of No Way Home. Because he's the one who has been believing as well for a long time that Spider-Man is going to leave.
Well, and I will say out there, if everyone's I haven't really brought it up. I talked to Leo about this. I have been spoiled on what one of the end credit scenes is. It's out there. It's one of the leakers leaked it. It's fucking huge.
I think it's one. I think I might know what you're talking about.
So I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to bring it up. Yeah, I don't even want to bring it up. Okay. It's not big yet, but it's out there. So I'm warning people who are watching this. But I am saying that, like, I constantly watch that chat. The second I see some motherfucker posted in there, and I'm telling you, the week of No Way Home,
you both are moderators, I believe. So you both can.
But I was gonna say, I don't think we'll probably talk spoilers for No Way Home the week it releases. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah,
but that chat's gonna be a bitch. So if
we'll on the week it releases, by the time we have our show on the week of release, I will, at the very least, have seen the movie twice.
Same.
I'm the same.
So I'm open to talk spoilers.
And then on Sunday I'm traveling back to Portugal. So home for the holidays. So
to make it easier, if you want to talk
maybe
spoilers,
we'll have a.
I was going to say for that, depending on options to avoid that sort of discourse in the chat and everything in regards to spoilers, maybe have it because you've got the memberships to your channel open, correct? If you did like
nobody's a member yet, so if you want to become a member, listen to Patrick.
I was going to say if you had members and everything, like a members only chat, because if I'm going to do spoilers on my channel, which I am planning to do, I'm going to set up my members only chat because videos when I post them,
I'm not worried about like the normal people that come. I'm worried about the one person who does come. Like that one person that's never been on the channel that sees we're live and goes, you know. But I will just say, be careful. The end credit scene is out there. I got spoiled on one. Again, maybe it's fake.
I saw it on Reddit. If it's the one I think you're talking about, it was leaked on Reddit, and I was browsing Reddit to do a particular video, which I scrapped in the end, but I did see it.
If it was leaked on, I don't know what's on Reddit. I saw it on Twitter, but I don't even want to say the name of the person that said it. You can kind of take guesses to who did. But it's out there. There's apparently two, so I don't know the second one. But the first one. Does
the person's name start with a G?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was thinking.
Starts with a D.
With a what?
A D.
Dickhead.
Is he a press member that goes to screenings frequently?
Put it in the private chat.
Yep. I know who it is.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yep.
Bitch. Yeah, dickhead. All right, going back a little bit to the topic. So I think what we're looking at here, and maybe I'm wrong. Look, if the other option is I was completely wrong, he is staying in the MCU. I'll happily eat my words.
But Sony also denied the trilogy thing after she said that, which I think they're just waiting for I think they wanted to wait till the film was out.
I think what they came out to deny was specifically what everyone was going with. That was what came out in that headline. That Sony is doing another trilogy with Marvel. And I think that's what they came out denying.
Yeah, because I think he's getting his other trilogy. He's getting a college trilogy. Yes. I mean, that their original plan, it's always been high school,
I think
college
maybe right now he's only signed for one more movie at the moment, and that's why they don't want to get ahead of themselves, because maybe they don't come to a new deal. Like to continue.
Yeah, maybe he agrees. Maybe because honestly, Tom has all the power in the world. I'm just saying right now. He is one of the biggest stars, and like for some reason he didn't sign back. They didn't want to give him enough money, or they couldn't come to an agreement. The fan base would flip the fuck out if he didn't come back, and they had to recast or reboot or something. I don't even think they would reboot Peter Parker, if I'm being honest. I think they would just do Miles Morales after that.
Oh, I think they would. I absolutely think they would.
So I don't know, but
I'm not saying I would like it, but I think they would.
I've said it multiple times. I do not want. I do, because now it makes me sad. If he leaves the MCU and Kingpin comes in, then I get it. Maybe
it's open. At least the door is open.
Yeah. Do you think that's why Hawkeye's 2 years later?
Maybe. Could be.
To leave that.
That's what we've been theorizing. Because we asked that same question last week when we talked about the first two episodes that it established, it's too... Maybe it has something to do with No Way Home. Maybe it has something to do with Multiverse of Madness. We don't know. And I don't think we will know for a while. but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
everyone.
This, I'm hoping.
I'm knighting this because look, amongst the three options, this is the lesser of two evil, and I can live with this happy compromise between Spider-Man leaving and staying out, or leaving and coming back in whenever he wants, or just regular staying. I would much rather have him stay, but oh well. All right. Let's go into your live questions because we're over the hour mark, so we'll do our best to get to as many as we can. Nathan Holton, thoughts on the new PlayStation service that is coming? Gents, what is the new PlayStation service that is coming?
So if you want all the details, Leo did an awesome video on Critics Play Games, which also, if you haven't seen Patrick's review of the Demon Slayer game on there, it's fucking great.
I did not.
So this service is pretty much a rival to Xbox Game Pass, which is arguably the best gaming service right now. You pay $12 a month, you get online, you get fucking tons of games. I mean, tons and tons of games, plus all first day exclusives. So any game that is exclusive to Xbox, you don't even have to pay for it. You just pay the $12 a month. Oh, wow. So it's like Netflix. Sony has been rumored to be kind of figuring out a way to come out against them. Smart. Right now it leaked out though what it is, and honestly I still don't think it's worth it. They don't want to have exclusives first day on there, and they also it's going to be a tier model. So if you want if you want to be able to play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games on like a streaming service, you have to pay the highest model, which I'm like, okay, well how much is the highest model then? I'm not spending fucking $25 a month to play fucking PlayStation 1 games. I own a PlayStation 1. I will go buy the game and play it myself. Like,
there are plenty of stores out there to be able to find those games. The only thing that you'd really get is maybe a slight restoration in regards to playing on a PS5, but even
it might not even work that well. Yeah.
No, that's exactly right. It'd be like trying to play like any Nintendo 64 game on a plasma flat screen TV.
Oh, and I have that, and it looks like ass. So.
Oh, I know. That's why, because I tried doing that with Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, because I still have my Nintendo 64. And then in the end, I like, this looks like garbage, so I just went and bought the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah. So.
All right. I have nothing to say, Nathan. So whatever they say,
we're not even getting it in Australia, by the way.
I just wasn't aware of it until now. SPC Bird asks, "Hey gents, hope you guys are good. We are. Thank you very much. Hope you are as well. Would there be a specific Spider-Man story you would like to think would work in the MCU? The one I thought they were going to do for No Way Home, and it would work with the title No Way Home, Kraven's Last Hunt. It's the best Spider-Man story, maybe only rivaled by the Clone Saga. Yes, I like the Clone Saga. Sue me.
It's good.
Yeah, that's the one. I'd go with Kraven's Last Hunt. Zach, how about you?
Interesting, because I mean that would probably be the one, but to go a little bit different, I was gonna say One More Day, but it's rumored that No Way Home is very much based off One More Day. So honestly, I mean, can we just get Ben Reilly? I want Scarlet Spider.
That's the Clone Saga.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I guess that, but
also hot take: Ben Reilly is the actual best Spider-Man.
Oh, you are a bitch. Get the fuck out of here. I love Ben Reilly as much as the last person, but no.
Clearly not.
Not that much. I don't know. I don't really have, like, I guess, like, I want to see the Venom story told. You know what I mean? Like, or not the Venom story, the symbiote story. But if I'm being honest, the character I want to see the most is Black Cat. I like, if for some reason him and MJ break up or she dies or something of that nature happens where they're just not together anymore, I don't want to Gwen Stacy.
We would have gotten it in Amazing Spider-Man 3 if was because Felicity Jones was cast.
Yeah.
And she was.
And I was talking to Leo about this. I said, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, obviously we don't get Emma Stone or we don't see her, but imagine if we got like Felicity Jones or Shailene Woodley, just like really fast. Like you just see them with Andrew Garfield. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. Whatever. Okay, that's who he ended up with. Cool.
Patrick, how about you?
Either anything with Spider-Man 2099. Would love to see that, especially knowing that the multiverse is now a thing, or even then bring him into fucking Across the Spider-Verse, the new Spider-Man animated film.
But the one I want
with the white suit,
if
with
Oscar
the white
Isaac
suit
showed up in the suit.
Oh, yes.
In this movie, I'm not saying he will. There's no fucking way he will, but
The thing I want to see most isn't even of Spider-Man; it's of a Spider-Man villain. I want to see the Venom end story.
Oh.
The Venom end story is Venom's trillions of years old, has been keeping Eddie alive for years as the symbiote by feeding basically off the life force of other heroes over time, and he all of a sudden has become like this basically unstoppable being, and eventually he lets go of Eddie. Eddie dies because the symbiote has been what's keeping Eddie alive, but he's basically just this. He's like fucking Voldemort in the whatever it is in Deathly Hallows Part 2. When Harry initially dies, lets go of him, but because Venom, the symbiote itself, has been feeding off the life force of so many heroes by jumping from body to body, it's now strong enough to withstand on its own to fight this being that will basically just, I believe, if I'm remembering right, destroy basically the galaxy as we know it. So I would love to see a Venom end story come to the big screen.
Alrighty.
Like, you know the one I'm talking about, Zach, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Movie fan, when can we expect Moon Knight's release? Third quarter of next year. I'm expecting it around, Halloween season and into the holiday season later in the year. Zach, agree, disagree?
So we know Miss Marvel's summer, right? Like that's official. So I think She-Hulk's actually gonna be the first one. I know it's not announced or anything, but I do think She-Hulk's the first one. I think we'll probably get that
right now.
Like this is where I think it's gonna go, including Star Wars. I think we get Boba Fett, then we get She-Hulk. Then I think we're gonna get Obi-Wan for May 4th. I literally think it's gonna start on May 4th. After Obi-Wan, I think it's gonna go Bad Batch or Andor. Right after that Miss Marvel. And then I think we're going to get it back-to-back with Moon Knight. And then I think we're going to end with Mando Season 3. Or Secret Invasion.
So. Maybe. All right. Patrick, how about you? Agree, disagree?
I agree. I do think if we're going to get Moon Knight, it'll probably be in the later part of next year.
Could you imagine if they announced tomorrow? February, Moon Knight.
I'm going to lose my mind because Moon Knight, out of all of them, it's between Moon Knight and She-Hulk that I'm most excited for.
Oh, this is my
Definitely
most anticipated.
For me.
I mean, you take Doctor Strange out of the equation, it's my most anticipated Marvel thing they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after that teaser. I've watched it so many times, and every time I hear the voice Oscar Isaac's doing, or at least one of the many voices he'll be doing, I'm like, oh my God. They got such a fucking great actor. And then I know Ren has seen the movie, Synchronic. The fact that they have them making Moon Knight have you seen it, Patrick?
I keep forgetting
I got to see it in theaters. It was fucking fantastic. I loved it.
And I've heard that that's their weakest movie. That's what I've heard from every person that's
what else have they done?
They have like 4 other movies. But like Tyler Tompkins and Griffin were telling me that is their weakest movie. That is their weakest movie, is Synchronic. The fact that they are doing Moon Knight gets me hyped. And then the cinematographer is the guy who did The Green Knight. So how much more excited could I be now? So
I still haven't seen Green Knight. We don't have it here.
Oh.
Also, I would argue that their worst movie would be VHS Viral. They did one of the anthology films and that piece of crap.
All right. MSB reviews. I'm rewatching all of the Spider-Man films before No Way Home during the next week, and I gotta admit, you still haven't seen Spider-Verse. You are in for a treat. Because for many people, that's the best one, second best one for me. But I gotta do it too. I gotta get started on that as well.
I just finished that last week.
This is gonna be a busy week in terms of what I have to record, but it's not gonna be terribly busy in what I have to watch. So yeah, I gotta get started on that as well. Are you gents going to watch all the Spider-Man movies before No Way Home?
I have been. I'm up to Amazing Spider-Man 2 now, and I'm sort of just procrastinating at this point.
Yeah, I definitely get it.
I'm done. I think I watched Spider-Verse earlier this year. That's the only one I'm thinking I'll probably watch one more time, but I'm ready for my ranking. And this time I'm gonna include Venom movies, and spoiler alert, they're both at the bottom.
I finally saw Let There Be Carnage 2 weeks ago. I didn't hate it.
Neither do I. I don't hate any of them. I don't hate any of the Spider-Man movies. But Venom,
I really don't like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man movies.
All
right.
I just need to find time to actually watch the rest of the Spider-Man movies before the 13th, because I was talking to Zach about this briefly over text and everything, but I'm not allowed to talk about it because there's actually a massive NDA behind it. But I'm going away in February, March for something. And I need to like pre-edit videos leading up to then. And each of my videos these days take like 30, 40. Yes, I'm pregnant. 40 hours to edit. And then I've also got the, movie of the decade panel with Ryan O'Toole this year in January. So I've got to rewatch like 100 movies from the 90s. So I finally saw Seven, by the way, and it's fucking fantastic. I loved it.
It's a bit overrated,
yes, it is.
But it's good.
I still don't like The Matrix.
Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wow. All right. Andrew H. Been busy working since the holidays are coming real fast, and I am psyched for Spider-Man No Way Home. I think at this point, even as someone who has for the longest time been hesitant, the hype has gotten to me like, I need this movie.
Got
for
my
better or
tickets
worse.
right here. Got my tickets right here.
I don't have physical tickets, but I got mine as well.
That's why I went and got them. I did not trust buying online. I literally, because an hour before I saw a TikTok of people buying them at AMC, and I'm like, I usually don't go to an AMC anymore. Fuck it.
Well,
don't show your QR code.
Don't show it.
I just no, it didn't show. There we go. There's my ticket.
All right,
it doesn't actually show. I almost made a massive boo-boo.
Oh, this is a good question. I got a funny story about this. MSB reviews. Are you guys accompanying the Wheel of Time? If so, what do you think about it thus far? So a few weeks ago, I went to the big world premiere. The cast was there. There was a big Q&A.
Ren's actually in the show, guys. In every episode, you just have to look in the sky. He plays God.
And I reviewed the first 2 episodes. I got screener links for episodes 3 through 6. And to this day, I haven't watched them. I didn't watch them on the screener links. I didn't watch them on Amazon. And now Amazon, up until now, they got up to episode 5 is out. And maybe for all I know, the links don't work anymore. But I still have the email with the links. So maybe what I will do is this week, sometime before Friday, I will binge through the 4 episodes and then just do one video where I talk from episode 3 through 6 and then accompany, because I think it's going to be 8 episodes. But I'm behind. I started the show, so I'm not keeping up with it at the moment, but I will do so this week. Zach, how about you? Are you accompanying it? Do you have any thoughts?
I just don't care.
Why not? It's fantasy shit.
Yeah, but it's every time I try them, they're shit or they're boring. And like I tried that one on HBO, The Nevers. I didn't like it. I didn't
try that one.
Is The Nevers the one by Joss Whedon?
Joss Whedon, yes.
Yeah, but he got fired, so
he's not coming back for season 2.
Yeah.
Good.
So I've actually heard it was good.
I need to watch
again,
it.
it's just
interesting.
There's just a bunch of these shows that I watch and I'm like, oh, I'm so hyped, and I just don't care. Like in Wheel of Time, I mean, I've just heard it's good. I don't want it's just good.
It is good. From the first 2 episodes, I will say I'm not in love with it, but it's good. It's
I have to be told
I'm also
this is the must-see fantasy show to watch.
I know that Larry from Chili Boy Productions is really, really loving it.
That's good. I'm glad.
And I'm glad he is. I haven't even started it personally because all the Prime shows that come out, I've never really enjoyed any of them besides Invincible.
The Boys?
I will say Loki.
Oh, The Boys and Invincible are really good.
Loki, I think Prime is actually one of the more underrated ones. Marvelous Miss Maisel is actually my favorite show on there. I fucking love that show. But again, and then I will say this though. What is it, Jack Reacher? Did you guys see the trailer for it this week?
No, I know it came out, but I didn't see it.
It looks fucking good. I'm actually into it. I was surprised because I hate those movies. I hated those movies.
I read the Jack Reacher books and I'm looking at those movies going, what the flying fuck am I watching?
This actually looks
Jack Reacher.
This looks more like the books. This looks
which book would you say they're adapting?
Probably the first one.
I'm not totally versed with it, so I'll be honest with that, but it does look like they're kind of honing in a bunch of different ones into it, especially showing my dad the trailer because he's really into the books. But I also will say it also looks like they're doing their own interpretation, which is fine. But the character is
of Jack Reacher.
That's what I like. Tom Cruise, every time I watched those movies, it was not Jack Reacher. It was Tom Cruise. Which, nothing wrong with that. It's Tom Cruise.
Didn't, what is his name? Chris Pine play, what is it?
No. He was Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, okay. Yeah. I was going to say.
Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit.
I remember he did like a Jack R sort of role as well. I didn't know if that was like a recasting sort of thing.
Joe Fletcher, hey guys, just got back from seeing House of Gucci. It is not good.
Haven't seen it.
It is not. Oh,
I didn't see it till the
Fletcher.
16th. I got invited to the the press screening down here. It's literally the same day as Spider-Man No Way Home's release here, and I'm just like, why the fuck would
priorities?
You do that? No press member is going to accept that, except unless they've already seen No Way Home.
Yes,
guys, breaking news! I just got a private press screening to see. Oh dear God, The Lady of Heaven.
What the fuck
really?
is that?
That movie exists. It is real
in New York.
All.
In New York.
Oh, what the lady?
Oh, what a shame.
You've never gotten these on your reactions?
I have, but I didn't know it was actually real.
Yeah, same.
What?
Yep, apparently it is. All right. Movie fan says, Patrick Burrow, hey, happy 20th birthday. I'll try to join your stream when it starts soon.
Hey, thanks, movie fan. Really appreciate that. Hope to see you there. We're playing some Resident Evil 4.
Alrighty.
The worst one.
Oh, yeah,
Lady Aaron says, Patrick Burrow, wait, is it your birthday today? Well, technically for you, Aaron, and for me, it is tomorrow.
Not
but
yet.
Yes, it is his birthday. If so, happy birthday, my friend.
It is for me, not for you guys.
Yes.
I can't believe you're turning 5 years old today.
I know. Like, I've aged really poorly.
Joe Fletcher, weekly ranking. Number 4, House of Gucci. Number 3, Far From Home. Big difference between 3 and 4. Number
one
2,
is chic
Hawkeye
and one
3.
is shit.
One is chic, and the other one is House of Gucci. Number 2, Hawkeye episode 3. Number 1, True Grit. I would change Far From Home and Hawkeye episode 3, but apart from that, I completely agree with your ranking. We know, G-Koipi. We shouted you out. Don't worry. I remember that. I got you, brother. Where are we?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even do my fucking ranking. I just realized.
No, because you only got here.
Yeah.
The show. You don't have to
yeah. I've only just realized myself.
I think Iger saw how the whole ScarJo situation went down, and he's like, hell no. Hey, Susan, come here. You got the job.
Yeah.
They both went in for a job interview. and then he saw that, he goes, can you imagine? Dude, like, imagine after he leaves the company, the next dumb thing he does. He's just going to sit there and be like, thank God I left. Imagine if he lost Kevin Feige. That'd be fucking crazy.
All right, Lady Aaron, what is the worst performance of the year so far for you guys? For me, it's easily Jared Leto in House of Gucci. His performance was so bad that I've already seen it twice. By the way, Ren, thank you for commenting under my thoughts comment. Oh yeah, I replied to your comment. As someone who's seen it twice, I really like Lady Gaga, and Adam Driver the more I watch. I'm glad it works for you, Aaron. I would definitely have to say that the worst, I don't even like to call it a performance, but yes, it's Jared Leto is the worst thing I've seen on screen this entire year at House of Gucci. Zach, do you have any other shouts, or is that the one?
I mean, that's the first one that popped in my head. Why, Marcelo? Why?
Why are you to me?
Literally sounds like Mario.
This is not an exaggeration, Patrick. This is exactly how it sounds.
He literally sounds like Mario when he jumps off.
He sounds like he's taking a shit, but he got trapped halfway out.
Oh hell yeah!
I'll tell you this. Do you know
for someone who hasn't seen?
Do you know what movie gave a better performance? The kid from the new Home Alone movie gave a better performance than him.
But he's actually a good actor, though. I feel bad for him because he was in Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, he's great. I'll say this.
Home Alone is not that
bad. I really do think that is probably my least favorite performance of this year. Is that, like, I'm sure there's worse, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just terrible.
Patrick,
I think
for
I have
someone
the movie
who has not seen
Gucci.
House of Gucci, what is your least favorite or worst performance of the year?
Tim
far.
Kano as Joji from Great White. Holy flying
Oh,
fuck.
okay.
Oh,
is that
God.
the FYC screener?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Sorry,
Look at
Zach.
this.
Sorry, you have.
I'm going to laugh my ass off if Jared Leto gets a nomination at the Academy Awards.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. No. If he wins, that's
history.
I'm going to cry if he wins.
If he gets a nomination over Jason Isaacs, I will scream.
Oh, is that for Mass?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see Mass.
If he gets nominated over anyone that is on the run for best supporting actress,
imagine if Jared Leto got casted as Superman.
Oh,
I kind of need that now that you mention it.
He already thinks that he's Superman. No need for him to get cast.
Amelia Jones needs to be nominated at the Academy Awards this year for Coda, by the way.
I agree.
I finally watched it.
Absolutely not gonna get nominated.
She's not.
Look, I hope I mean my words, but I'm
telling you right now, the only actor that has a chance is Troy. At this point, Troy Coaster.
Yeah. Ren, since you have not seen House of Gucci, how would you rank Adam Driver's movie performances this year?
I think we did this last week.
No, because I hadn't seen it. You guys said yours.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going along with yours. My number 1 would be Last Duel. My number 2 would be Annette. And my number 3 at the bottom would be House of Gucci. Alrighty. Questions. Okay, hang on. Gico EP. I know the Ant-Man films aren't the most beloved films on the MCU. Our boy Griffin Schiller loves at least the first one.
He loves both.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is understandable. It's average, but the first one is a lot of fun. I agree. It is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
People only crap on it because of Edgar Wright. And they shouldn't, because Edgar Wright still gets a ton of credit for that film, and he even gets credits in the second one.
He does.
So there's no need to crap on
the biggest difference for Edgar Wright was just his style and tone. That's the reason he left.
Yeah, it is not connecting to the universe around it.
It's literally pretty much the exact same story. It's just, from my understanding, they added the Falcon stuff. They added some more of the more connective tissues. But like the whole heist element, that was Edgar Wright.
That was concept art that Edgar Wright himself had put out.
Guarantee you, Luis was written by Edgar Wright. Luis was definitely written by Edgar Wright. Like, that character was created by Edgar Wright.
And what's his name? David. Not David. Sorry. The other two blokes who were in the van in the heist sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, David
Dastmalchian
and
Dastmalchian. Yeah, those two. David Dastmalchian's character was definitely
as well. But it's a big thing on there, because that is, I do think. But also, it was his concept and idea to bring Scott Lang instead of Hank Pym. So,
Alrighty.
I can just imagine, though, if Edgar Wright did the movie, how the training sequence with the ants would have turned out, editing style wise. How much fun that would have been compared to how much fun it already is. Like, he would have just brought this flair to the scene, even though it's already a really entertaining scene. Like, Ant-Man's in my top 5 MCU movies. I don't care what anyone says.
All right. Jacoby, Red, you brought down my excitement down real fast. Talking about the Spider-Man thing. I'm sorry. To be the bearer of bad news, but I just wanted to be accurate in the news that are being reported, and I wanted to make sure we're aware of what Amy Pascal actually said. So I apologize for it, Jacoby. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Spider-Man does stay in the MCU. I hope he does. You guys know I'm ready for Spider-Man to stay in the MCU. So here's hoping he stays. I apologize for having brought the excitement down. All right. Lady Erin, have you ever gotten a shout out or message from any celebrity on social media? Just recently, I've gotten messages and shout outs from the girl who plays Annette at the end of Annette. Oh, that's cool.
Wait, the creepy doll said hi.
I have.
I don't think so. I've gotten retweets and likes, but that's not really a shout.
I got one from a director.
Nice.
Really go watch my review. That was for Spiral. That was retweeted, quote retweeted by the director Darren Lynn Bousman, and it was right after he retweeted that my channel started to take off.
That's awesome. See, I need someone to do that for me.
For mine, it was Troy Coatster from Coda. I interviewed him and,
awesome.
and followed me. So there's probably a couple others I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I never would want to do Ridley Scott now, though. I talk too much shit about him. He'd probably hear about it and tell me to fuck off the second I came on camera. So.
Fuck you very much.
Have you seen these interviews, Patrick, with him?
Yeah, I have.
Oh my God.
I will
He's going on a rampage.
But I will say, the people asking him questions are stupid, too. Nothing to the journalists, but like the one today where he called them stupid. Dude, why would you... I mean, clearly
to be fair, he didn't call the journalist stupid. The journalist was asking, like, I talked to other people, and they were like, which version is real? And it was like, how stupid can you be? Which, also, again, let's be fair, he's right. How stupid, like, clearly, in the context of the film, the real story is the last one. Yeah. It's the last version. That being said, Ridley Scott has got to mince his words now, man. Come on.
Jodie Comer's face, you know what? Went off is like the funniest thing to me because she's just like.
I still have a good laugh. I still have a good laugh though at the interview.
Yeah, I'm not at this point. I'm not angry at Ridley Scott. I'm laughing at him all the way through the bank.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
Fuck you,
it's
and
amazing.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I don't think I ever gotten a shout out or a message. The biggest kind of similar thing I have is that Paulson Younglee follows me on Twitter. So that's my biggest
John
flex.
Cena.
And John Cena, but John Cena follows a ton of people on Twitter.
Yeah, and you can't,
to be honest.
Even then, you can't really see him in anything, so it wouldn't really be worth it.
Honestly, the big flex I can tell you I can give on that John Cena thing is that John Cena followed me before I followed him. I didn't follow John Cena. Oh. I followed him back. That's the thing. So yeah, that's my flex for today.
Oh,
Zach,
my biggest. No, I have another one. Director of Invisible Man, Lee Winnell. He
nice.
My review, I remember, and follows me.
That's cool.
Well, used to follow you.
His Twitter's back now, I think.
He's back.
Oh, is he deleted it again? Yeah, he like deletes it and brings it back, deletes it and brings it back.
Yeah.
Where are you, Lee Winnell? I need to follow you back again. I miss you.
Newt, you got to alert to those people not to spoil in the comments during that episode. Maybe an alert in that blue footnote. We can do that. We would totally do that.
Stop people.
But there are assholes on the internet, unfortunately, so that wouldn't stop them. Sadly.
It's not like Twitch where you can do like bots and everything to like prevent that stuff. And if you do it, you get booted from the stream and everything. It's not like Twitch in that regard. YouTube needs to implement a bot system like that. They really
YouTube needs to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie fan, do you guys remember Tom Holland and Tom Hardy were in a film together? I don't think it was that successful.
Yep.
Is Tom Holland in Locke?
Yes, he is.
He voices his son.
Okay, but he's only a voice. That's why I don't remember. But yeah, I didn't know. I love Locke, but I never realized that the kid on the phone was Tom Holland.
Did you know Ewan McGregor and Tom Holland were also in a film together?
Yes, first film I ever saw him.
The Impossible.
Oh yes, The Impossible, of course.
Really underrated film.
Like, yes, this makes sense. It's amazing.
You guys want to hear a fun story on this one? I went to an early screening of Monster Calls.
Yep.
Good.
Great film.
They were handing out gift cards. Raise your hand, blah, 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 blah. If you can name one other film that this director has done, no one raising their hands except me. Raising my hand. High and fucking proud. I wasn't even pressed yet. They didn't fucking call on me. They literally were like, do we have anyone else? I'm like, I'm fucking right here. And they called this little kid who goes, impossible? And I'm like, you literally just looked that up on your phone. Fuck you. You literally just looked this up on your phone. Do you know how fucking mad I was? Do you know how fucking livid I was?
That's not even, and even then, like, the kid probably didn't even enjoy Monster Calls that much either, because that's more adult than kids,
I hope he went home and the monster ate him. So
yeah.
Chico EP, after the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye, would you guys put Haley Steinfeld in the category of perfect castings for a comic book character alongside Jackman, Reynolds, Downey, and Ravi?
She needs years.
Too soon. I'm not saying she can't get there. I'm not saying she isn't doing a great job thus far. But after only 3 episodes, I don't put it there myself.
You need to see her more.
Zach?
Nah, I need more. You got to give me more.
Patrick?
I need to see her more. Again, she might be the best part of the plot for Hawkeye. I watch it for her majority of the time, but that's because it's Haley Steinfeld. But no, in all seriousness, when it comes to the character though, and perfect casting wise, like even then, Hugh Jackman is like Wolverine. I wouldn't synonymify him as great casting for the role, and like he was meant for it until after like the Wolverine came out. And that was
you got to get a
10
decade.
years.
You got to get like not a decade, but you at least need like
a decade, but like
as that character.
There's a difference.
Because I think Harley Quinn. I think
I will say to me, there's a difference, and it's not like Margot Robbie has this on the bag for her, but for me, a good measurement would be, and it's not even like Ryan Reynolds has this even, but for me, a good measurement would be 3 movies, which is very different than 3 episodes of a show. 3 movies is a lot different. Maybe even 2 movies work just because it was so pitch perfect. Also, I will say this. I know Kate Bishop. I have read her in the Matt Fraction, David Aja Hawkeye run. I've read her in other comic books where she's part of a team. It's not like a character that I follow her solo runs and whatnot. So it's not even a character that I have the best deep knowledge of, like Iron Man, like Wolverine, like Harley Quinn, like Deadpool. So my knowledge of the character is not even that deep compared to the other ones, where I can compare the work of the actor and the work of the character itself. But from where I'm standing, at least right now, it's too soon. I'm not saying she can't get there. I'm not saying she won't get there. But like, right now, it's too soon.
The way that I look at it in regards to that, like, even if you're well versed in like the source material that the character is, that the actor is playing, like whether it is Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop or Wolverine played by Hugh Jackman, whether you're well versed or not, I don't think it's fair off of one appearance or one role or even just one season of a TV show to say they are the perfect casting. Couldn't see anyone else, because
I could have played her. So
exactly, Zach. But no, I've talked to Zach about this. I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed the new Resident Evil movie. I can't upload my review until next week. I actually really enjoyed it. For what it was, it's stupid, but considering the last other movies we had, I honestly can't complain. But when I look at like Tom Hopper as Albert Wesker, I'm like, I really love him in the role, but if I want to like say that about him or something, I want more movies still. It's like with any character that you're adapting. Like you could say the same for anyone. Like Elijah Wood is Frodo Baggins, or what is it? Gandalf played by Sir Ian McKellen. So I just don't think it's fair, personally, to say that when they've only had like one appearance or like one season of a show.
Yeah, I agree. All right, the Ministry Scott, guys, your thoughts on YouTube getting rid of the dislike numbers? To me, I don't care. I guess you're trying to say, yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Gentlemen? Couldn't
give 2 flying fucks. Dislikes never worried me.
Yeah. Their interaction. So, their engagement. Gico EP. What MCU film you feel gets way too much hate from some fans aside from Eternals? For me, Guardians Volume 2, and especially now Far From Home. Far From Home and Guardians 2 are two good answers. It's not that it gets hate, the one I'm going to say. It definitely doesn't get the love it deserves, and that's the original Thor. Like, maybe predictable
garbage.
Coming from me.
That movie's fucking
garbage. Zach, you're garbage.
I'm with Zach on this one.
You are garbage.
Really
garbage.
I would rather watch Haley Steinfeld shoot a bow and arrow for an hour than watch Thor again.
All right.
I mean, what's with all those Dutch angles, man? Like, Jesus Christ, I might get...
It's only me now, guys. I'm the only one on the show. Let's keep this so... all right, Zach, what is your MCU movie that gets too much hate? From fans, specifically, not even from critics.
Aside from Eternals. Far From Home. I don't get I love that movie. That's top 10.
I love it too.
Top 10. It's top 5. I fucking love that film. My little bias because of Mysterio. Fuck yeah, I don't care. I love Far From Home. I just rewatched it. I think Guardians 2 is another one, even though I don't think it's as good as the first.
I think it's better than the first. Patrick, how about you?
I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Thor or Far From Home, but I am going to say Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp is still a really fucking fun movie, and a lot of people give that way too much hate.
There's never been a bad Marvel film.
Good shout.
Think about your fucking words real closely.
Spider-Man Far From Home is carried by Mysterio.
Shut the
That's not a bad thing. Lady
you just said you liked Resident Evil. Shut the fuck up.
Doesn't
that
necessarily
is literally the
Zach,
biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Zach, you're talking to the guy who has all 6 Blu-rays of Sharknado, all right? Just because a movie may not be the greatest, and I admit the new Resident Evil is not the greatest, doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. And I don't take it for granted, considering the 6 pieces of shit we had previously. And the shitty dialogue reminds me of the iconic shitty dialogue, such as, "You almost became a Jill sandwich," from the original 96 game I grew up playing. I think it adds to the charm of Resident Evil. Fight.
You make me want to die.
Granted, the CG was fucking garbage, especially towards the final act on the train. My God.
The train was your best friend, then.
Ren, when I play my Brilliant Diamond game, I'm going to name my rival. Well, thank you, Ren, but your rival has to lose. So don't embarrass him too much if you're going to name him after me.
Just spank him lightly.
You're bringing a torch. I don't think that's an option in Pokemon games, but I haven't played the new one, so who knows? I'm thinking of breeding a Torchic for you since I know you love Blaziken. Blaziken is the best Pokemon of all time, the best starter of all time. What do you think about it? I'm very honored. I'm very flattered. Thank you very much, Aaron.
You should name it Ren.
You should name it the Torchic Ren. So
yes.
The rival Ren is going to have a Pokemon called Ren. All right. Crashing Coyote. If they ever do Ben Reilly in the MCU, would it be Tom Holland? It has to be. I mean, if they're going to do Ben Reilly as Ben Reilly is in the comics, which means a clone of Peter Parker, it would have to be Tom Holland. Mm-hmm. A blonde Tom Holland, a light blonde Tom Holland. Or for all I care, change the color of his hair. Black-haired Tom Holland. I don't care. This has to be
blonde-haired Tom Holland.
Blonde.
There's already a fan art of it where he's wearing the Scarlet Spider suit and is blonde. So yes, it would be Tom Holland if they exactly. Patrick, Movie Fan says you do have the Green Knight here.
Yeah, I saw that before, and I went to look it up on Prime, and then I think I went to go buy more. Tickets for Round 2 of Resident Evil. Oops.
Oh. All right.
Where's Prime? Where's my Prime app? There it is. Gonna have to find time to get to watching the Green Knight, considering what my schedule's like, but I'll get around to it. That's not how you spell Green Knight. I spelled Knight with an O.
The Green Knight is the same length and runtime as the new Resident Evil movie.
Oh, 140 minutes?
No.
Bitch, it's 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Exactly.
It's an Ultra HD too.
I like it.
Beautiful.
Lady Aaron, this may be too early to tell, but who do you guys think is definitely going to get nominated for Best Actress? I think Lady Gaga and Kristen Stewart are guaranteed on getting nominated. Kristen Stewart, sure.
I don't think Lady Gaga's guaranteed.
I don't think she's guaranteed. I think she's a very high possibility. She's very likely not guaranteed.
Right now, it's just Jessica Chastain, Kristen Stewart.
Jessica Chastain and Kristen Stewart
are the two 1 and 2 right now.
Every movie that everyone's talking about, people are going to get nominated for. I haven't been able to see because we've had everything delayed so fucking much here. Like, we don't even get fucking Spencer until just before Oscar season.
Jesus.
You have a friend at the door behind you.
Yeah.
You look like a fucking Dalmatian.
Where are we?
So do you want to look at Panda?
Okay. Oh, okay. Questions. All right. Jigoipi, do you think by the end of No Way Home, that MJ might end up being the best love interest of the Spider-Man movies, even though MJ is the most developed, but to some she's the most unlikable? She's the one with the best character. Let's be honest. That's why some don't like her. Gwen Stacy to some is the most likable. She is likable. She's not a great character though. But she's the least developed and the most bland in my opinion. I like Zendaya.
MJ in the Raimi trilogy is just a dick.
She's not a dick, but she's only there to fall from a bridge or from a high place.
And to lead
like
Peter on.
And she seems like her relationship seems to be developing for. I think.
Yeah,
look,
she's the type to divorce him. So
is she going to be the best love interest in that regard specifically? I don't know. The bar is certainly very low. I'll say that much. In general, the bar in the movies is certainly very low. That being said, as a character on her own and as a couple, I think they're very well on their way to be the best one. Hell, they might already be the best Spider-Man couple on screen we've gotten to this day.
Boys, I do need to get going because I have my live stream in 10 minutes. I need to set up.
No problem. Enjoy it, man.
Thank you, boys, for having me. I really appreciate it. It was good chatting as per usual. Thank you so much.
All right.
You boys have a good rest of your stream.
You too.
See you guys.
So, yeah. Zach, what do you think? Oh, I think I lost Zach. I lost Zach in the ether.
Am I still here?
No. Yes, you are now.
Well, I probably only got a good 5 minutes left then. Till I blow out. Yeah, I love Gwen Stacy. I love Emma Stone, so that's still my favorite one. But I definitely hope they develop Zendaya because I could believe that becoming more is the best definitive one, depending on how this movie goes. Because it really just depends on how much development they give her.
Alrighty. Did anyone get the new Terminator 2 Steelbook? I didn't know there was a new Terminator 2 Steelbook. At this point, I have at least 2 versions of Terminator 2, but now that there's a Steelbook, I might have to get that one because I don't have a Steelbook. I have 2 versions of it, but I don't have a Steelbook. Movies and Trade Studios. Did you guys watch Chucky, the series? I didn't. Patrick probably did, so it's sad you just missed him. But Zach, did you watch the Chucky show?
I want to, but I know you have to be caught up on all the movies, and I have not seen all the movies, so maybe one day. I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's really good, even for fans who aren't like huge fans of the what's it called? Movies.
Oliver Belmont, with Spider-Man No Way Home coming out, there's just one question for Spider-Verse. You asked this last week, Oliver, I think. At least we got this asked last week. I don't remember if it was you. But whether it was you or not, I'm going to be rooting for Tom Holland because it's his film and he's the best of the Spider-Man for me. I grew up on Tobey. I'm going to be very happy to see Tobey, but Tom Holland is the one I'm rooting for. How about you, Zach?
I'm just excited to see how they come on screen. I don't care. Like, I just want to see how they come on screen. Like, they're going to swing in and save him? Are they just going to appear? Like, and if I get spoiled on that, I will beat the ever-living shit out of someone. I will fly whoever spoils that for me.
Gico AP, what is a performance you hate from one of your favorite actors? For me, you know my love for Emma Stone, and it's not The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't think she's awful in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think the movie itself is awful. But it's Aloha. Never thought I would say Emma Stone annoyed me. I never saw that film. I never ended up seeing that film. I'll give you 3 for the price of 1, Gico AP. I hate this movie. I hate the pretentious performances that don't even feel like performances. It's Ryan Gosling, it's Michael Fassbender, it's Natalie Portman in Terrence Malick's The Last Song. Something Song came out in 2017, one of my favorite year for movies the last decade. But I hated all of them in this film. Did not care for what they were doing on screen. So there you go, 3 for the price of 1. Zach, what about you?
Can't really think of one off the top of my head right now, if I'm being honest.
All right,
I don't really have like one.
What we got going. Lady Aaron, what should I listen to first? As I got the Tick Tick Boom soundtrack, West Side Story 2021 soundtrack, and Licorice Pizza soundtrack, and the Spencer score. Yet Spencer, listen to Spencer. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about what you got. Spencer, Johnny Greenwood's Spencer score is fucking immaculate. Definitely listen to that one. Zach, do you agree or are you wrong?
I'd agree. I usually say don't, like, for soundtracks and stuff like West Side and stuff like that. I usually don't like listening to them until I see the movie. But scores are a little bit different, so definitely Spencer. But Licorice Pizza, you could listen to the soundtrack because it's just music, in that era.
Okay.
It's called Song to Song Run. G. Colby Porter.
Song to Song.
And Lady
Song
Aaron.
to Song. See, it's awful. I don't care what it's called. Thank you guys for letting me know. Thank you guys for correcting me. Captain Marvel gets too much hype. I would agree too. I don't rank it high on my MCU ranking, but it definitely gets too much. But it definitely gets too much hate. I'll say that. The Incredible Hulk gets too much hate. I also agree with that. Doesn't really fit in the MCU tone, Iron Man setup, but it's still a great movie. I really like The Incredible Hulk from 2008, the second MCU movie. What movies that came out that pissed you off recently? That pissed me. Dear Evan Hansen. That movie pissed the crap out of me. Yeah, that's the one. Zach?
Yeah, that was boring as fuck.
All right. The viewer Drew, do you think No Way Home will top Spider-Man 2 for best Spider-Man movie of all time?
Spider-Man 2 is not my favorite one.
Well, you're wrong, Zach. Look, any movie that comes out has a chance at being the best movie ever. It also has a chance of being the worst movie ever. Do I think Spider-Man No Way Home will top Spider-Man 2? No. Do I think it has a chance? Yeah, just as good a chance as any. I think it's possible. I wouldn't say it's likely, because no Spider-Man movie has stopped Spider-Man 2 for me ever since Spider-Man 2. But it is possible. Anything is possible. Who knows? I'll tell you right now, the second trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home is my favorite Spider-Man trailer ever. So who knows? I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think it is going to, but it is possible. Zach, what do you think?
Spider-Man No Way Home has to do a lot. And I think when we talk just pure entertainment and excitement and moments in the film, it'll probably be ranked. Like, you could probably take 5 moments from No Way Home, and they'll be the top 5 best Spider-Man moments ever in a film. Is the story great? That's my thing. Is the story going to be great? Because you hit those fan moments for me, I'll be excited in the moment, but afterwards I'll think on it and I'll be like, did it overall fit for the whole entire story? Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Lady Erin Ren, this question is for you and for me only, Zach. You don't answer.
Okay. All right. Go fuck myself. I'll see you guys later.
But who's your favorite classic Hollywood actor before the 1960s? Oh, that's easy. Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart is probably my number 2 favorite actor of all time after Daniel Day-Lewis, who is the greatest of all time. So that's easy for me. Otherwise, it would be unfair for me to bring it up and not answer, but I actually have an answer, and it's Humphrey Bogart. Ooh, hot take. Raimi movies, Spider-Man movies are hot garbage. They're fun garbage like Oscar the Grouch, but they're not good movies. Hey, look, Caleb, I completely disagree, but that's the fun part about movies. It's our different experiences with them. So thank you for sharing, for sure.
I mean, hot garbage.
What, Zach?
Everything else that's not the Raimi trilogy.
Well, yes, the Amazing Spider-Man movies are hot garbage.
All right, so it is. We are getting. You didn't hear this from me, but I just got word that we are getting a teaser trailer today for Into the Spider-Verse. Yep.
Nice. The viewer Drew. Which song from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies do you like more? Hero, Michael Bublé's Spider-Man. Hero, Michael. Are those the same or are those? I didn't know Michael Bublé had a Spider-Man theme song. But from the Raimi movies, it's Hero. Chad Kruger with the guy from Saliva. That's the best song out of them all. Gigo EP. If Spider-Man stays in the MCU, which of the new characters you want to see him interact with? Ooh.
Kingpin.
Yeah. That's probably the one. Kate Bishop would be a fun interaction too. Ms. Marvel. The heroes that are emerging. The heroes that are emerging that are around his age. Because up until this point,
yeah,
and Shang-Chi would be kind of the same as everyone is an adult and Peter Parker is the kid. Now more kids are coming into the universe, so I would like to see Peter Parker interact with other people.
You know who I'd like? I know we've already gotten interactions with him, but now he's Captain America, so I'd love to see him interact more with Captain America and the Falcon.
Yeah, true. Did I miss anything? No. Lady Aaron, what do you guys think will get nominated for Best Original Score? I think Dune will definitely get a nomination at this point, especially since it got nominated for a Grammy recently. In fact, at the Grammy scores for Dune and Soul are competing against each other for that Grammy Award, so have fun picking between those two. Dune is for sure getting nominated. I would expect Johnny Greenwood might be getting nominated twice for Spencer and for The Power of the Dog, which I don't agree with one of those. Take a guess at which one I don't agree with. I don't know what else. Zach, any guesses? Off the top of my head.
Don't look up yet, but don't look up score. It's fucking great.
Oh, really?
It's
okay.
Fucking great. It's Brittle's. It might be one of Brittle's best scores. I think it's Brittle.
Oh, it's Nicholas Brittle. Nice.
Yeah.
What else? Nothing else is coming to mind. Yeah. But look, Dune is the best score of the year, so I personally would for sure give the score to Dune. All right. Dominici Scott, what movies in 2022 you think will make you go, and then some faces with the yikes face and then the blush face? Blush face? I think the blush face will have me go. I will go that way whenever I see Margot Robbie on screen if she has a movie next year.
Babylon.
There we go. I will blush watching Babylon for many reasons besides Margot Robbie, but also because of Margot Robbie. The yikes. Which one will make you go yikes? I don't know. Because usually I don't think too much about the worst looking movies next year. Morbius. Morbius will have me go yikes. I watched for the first time yesterday when I went to see Resident Evil. I watched the trailer for Morbius. It looks as interesting on the big screen as it does on the small screen. So yeah, that is it. Zach, you answer the question, and we'll end on this one.
Is that a mad face?
No, it's one is like the yikes or the blush face.
So the yikes face, I don't know. I mean, you said Morbius, so I don't want to say the same thing. Minions. Minions Rise of Gru.
Nice.
Nice. The blushing face, probably Batman, because I'm just gonna sit there blushing because it's real.
You know what?
And crying.
That's a good one. All right, let's end it on that one because that was a great question. Thank you, Dominici and Scott. And that is it for this week's Geeks of the Round Table. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a packed week this coming week. So later today, I got a review coming for Cyrano. Tomorrow, I have a special review. Not a special review. It's not a review. A special video that I want to address my thoughts on a certain show that I am watching. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in it. I'll ask you, of course, to watch the video if you're interested on my thoughts on anything. But I don't know if you're interested, but I'll be talking about Digimon Ghost Game. Again, it's not a review, but I have some thoughts on it that I would like to vent about it to the world. And then on Monday, I'm watching The King's Man. Tuesday, finally, my review for Being the Ricardos can come out. And then on Wednesday, I'm watching the new West Side Story. It's a busy week. And then I don't know what comes out this week in cinemas, but we got a busy week. Videos coming every day, and of course on Wednesday as well. Oh, fuck. I need to watch Hawkeye on Wednesday before going to West Side Story. I'm going to have to solve that situation one way or another. But yes, busy week, busy week coming this week. Zach, what do you got coming up?
West Side, Tragedy of Macbeth. I don't know if I'll review all these this week. I know West Side will. American Underdog, the Kurt Warner Zachary Levi movie. Being the Ricardos, I'm actually watching tomorrow. Finally, I'm going to.
Oh, I thought you had seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I was supposed to, but something came up. The Matrix. I'm going not the new one. I know people are seeing it this week, but I'm sadly not. So I am going to be. But I need to watch the. I need to watch the other three. I need to finish. I also need to watch The Kingsman because I am seeing The Kingsman on the 13th. And then Spider-Man right after that. But
I might be watching it on the 13th as well.
But a lot of it's just prep work right now. You know, we're coming to the end of the year, getting my end of the year's list ready. Oh, fuck. And then Halo. The new Halo campaign comes out. I know you're not into Halo.
I thought it was a show.
But that's big for me and James and Christian. So
I'll watch the show. Oh, by the way, before we do say goodbye, before you guys disappear, and before next week's show, let me say this before you all go away. By the way, is that all, Zach? Did you have anything to add? No,
that's it. That's fine. I'm good.
Okay, guys.
Ren is pregnant.
I don't want to. I don't want to give too much away, but
I think we should.
Me and Zach,
we're breaking it.
Let's not say everything. Let's not say everything yet. We're going to have guests these upcoming weeks, and I don't mean Patrick. Obviously, Patrick is welcome if he wants to join. We're going to.
We don't really like Patrick, to be honest.
We're going to have people we have not had yet on the shows. I'm talking to some people. Between now, this is episode 90. Like, we're 10 episodes away from the big 100, and I'll tell you this. I won't tell you why. But I'll tell you this, episode 100, unless something absolutely major comes out, like Disney acquires WB and DC Comics. I don't know. If that comes out, bar a news as big as that coming out, episode 100 will be an all Q&A episode. I can tell you that right now. So there's a big.
What date is that? What date would that week be?
Oh, I don't know. 10 weeks from now. 10 weeks from now. You search for it. So episode 100 will be an all Q&A episode. Again, bar anything big coming out. But if anything big comes out
that week,
we will address one big news topic and then all Q&A episode. And like I said, I'm working on getting guests. I've been talking. I will tell you two names that I've been talking to. And I'm not saying when they're coming in because nothing is locked yet. But I've been talking with Real James. He's finally joining us in the very near future. And I'm talking to someone who you guys have been begging to have on the show. Austin Burke is coming on Geeks at the Roundtable.
We might actually have to. There's going to be a big movie that comes out that week.
Well, when is it?
It's I think if I counted right, it's the 11th of February.
Of what? Of February? What comes out that
but
week?
It's a big movie, man. I don't know how we don't talk about it.
What movie?
It's Death on the Nile, the movie.
We're definitely talking about that. I don't know if we're talking about that as a news topic.
Moonfall comes out that week.
I mean, it depends because it might have a different release date over here in the United Kingdom. 10 weeks from now will be February 12th. So 2 days before Valentine's Day. So we're going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about love, sex, and all that beautiful stuff on episode 100. I'm kidding. We're not. But yeah, episode 100, all Q&A episode. Austin Burke, Real James, they're coming in the future episodes. And I will be talking to a few other people. So stay tuned for all that good stuff, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Zach, for joining me again. And we got big stuff prepared, don't we?
Yeah.
The mug, there it is. All right, everyone, thank you so much once again. And until next week, love each other and love